Hey guys, I'm the Bento Buster in Tokyo, and this is my version of an Okonomiyaki Korokke, aka an Okonomiyaki Croquette. And a big thanks to the Otafuku Sauce Company who sent me some of their products to help me with my recipe. This is a pack of their famous okonomiyaki and takoyaki powder. All of the ingredients and instructions are clearly written in English on the packet. And if you follow the instructions, you'll end up with some awesome okonomiyaki or takoyaki, either. And this is their famous signature okonomiyaki sauce. Without it, there would be no okonomiyaki. Okay, now let's get cooking. First, boil your potatoes for about 8 minutes. After that, strain, then mash. And when you're finished, you want the texture to look like this. Mashed, yet chunky. For the next stage, I'll be using some shredded cabbage, some sliced pork belly, and some green onions. Cut up your pork belly into small bits and give it a quick saute. Like so. When it's cooked through, set it aside, then bust out the finely chopped green onions. And while you're at it, toss in your cabbage and give that a good saute too. This is going to release some of the moisture and enhance the flavour, making everything taste really good. And once it's nicely cooked through, transfer it to a bowl and set it aside. As I mentioned, this is my interpretation of an Okonomiyaki Korokke, hence the pork belly and the cabbage. Because I want this thing to be an okonomiyaki while being a potato croquette at the same time. Call me crazy, but I think it's doable. Okay, now that said, add a wee bit of mayo to your potatoes and give it a good mix. Now it's time to make a bit of a batter. Mix 1/4 cup of the okonomiyaki powder with 1/4 cup of water. The powder contains the essential flavourings of okonomiyaki. Naturally, I want to impart that flavouring into my potatoes. And I can do that because I have this great powder. Thanks, Otafuku. Speaking of potatoes, in go the green onions, cabbage and pork belly, followed by the Otafuku batter. And at this point, I'll give it a good mix to incorporate everything together. Next, in goes a couple of tablespoons of that famous okonomiyaki sauce. Give it a wee mix, then in go some katsuo bushi fish flakes. Yep, that's right, dried fish flakes. I told you I wanted this thing to be as okonomiyaki as possible, didn't I? Now I'm just going to even it out like so, then stick it in the fridge. In there it's going to cool down and those flavours are going to get to know each other a little bit better. And after about an hour, I just take it out and divide it up like this. And all I have to do is just scoop out one of the sections like this, and whammo, a perfectly portioned korokke. Give it a good dusting with okonomiyaki powder, then shape it into round flat korokke like this. Ta-da! Behold, the breading station. Now to make my extra adhesive egg wash, I'll be using 2 eggs, some okonomiyaki powder, and some mayo. Just give it a good mix to incorporate everything together, and whammo, super adhesive egg wash. As you can see, I have a nice tray of fresh panko, and today I'm using nama panko. Those are fresh breadcrumbs, because they really bring a korokke to the next level. And after dipping your dusted potato hockey puck looking things first into the egg wash, then covering it with that panko, they should look something like this. And now it's time to gently lower them into some hot oil and fry them until they're golden brown. And after approximately 8 minutes in the hot pool, take them out and transfer them to a wire rack, and they should look like this. Beautiful golden brown korokke. Did someone just say oishi so? Now just take a look at these guys. Don't they look absolutely delicious? Okay, now once they've cooled down, they're fine to eat as is, but remember, I'm making okonomiyaki korokke. And that can only mean toppings. So on goes some signature Otafuku Okonomiyaki sauce, followed by some Japanese mayo, some katsuo bushi fish flakes, and finally a sprinkling of awanori seaweed. And voila! Okonomiyaki Korokke! It's as easy as that! Oh my, absolutely stunning! And that's not a giant takoyaki, that's an Okonomiyaki Korokke! Now let's take a look at that cross-section. Oh yes, perfect! It's an okonomiyaki and a korokke at the same time! Oh, and how does it taste? As expected, it's okonomiyaki and otafuku-tastic, aka Yamo! And that's how you make an okonomiyaki korokke. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Otafuku for the great ingredients, which are available at all good retailers. For more recipes like this, please like and follow. I am the Bento Buster, aka Aaron, a Kiwi in Japan. I'll see you next time.